I didn't cut off my family in one day. I know that's what it looks like. Like I got emotional, overreacted, and just disappeared. But that's not what happened. It was slower, messier, and honestly, way more humiliating than people realize. Because what hurt the most wasn't even what they did. It was how long they let it happen. I used to be really close to my younger sister. Like, best friends. We shared clothes, secrets, everything. She was the first person I told about my relationship. Every detail. Every argument. Every time I felt insecure. I went to her. I met Ian during university. He wasn't perfect, but he made me feel safe. Like I had someone in my corner. And for a long time, I really believed he was my person. We were together for years, and last winter, he proposed. I said yes, of course I did. I thought my life was finally coming together. My sister was so excited. Like, she couldn't be happier for me. But a few months before everything fell apart, something started to feel off. Not in an obvious way, nothing dramatic, but small things I couldn't explain. Ian became distant, still saying I love you, but without meaning it, like he was just going through the motions. And at the same time, my sister started coming over more often. Sometimes even when I wasn't home. When I asked her about it, she laughed it off and said, "What? I can't visit my future brother-in-law." And I laughed too, even though something about it didn't sit right with me. Then I noticed they had inside jokes, the kind where you walk into a room, and they suddenly stop laughing. And when you ask what's funny, they just say, nothing. And that feeling that you're being left out of something never really went away. But I ignored it because who actually thinks their own sister and fiancé are betraying them? It sounds insane. Until it isn't. The day everything fell apart was completely random. I came home early without telling anyone. And the moment I walked in, I knew something was wrong. It was too quiet. And then I heard something from my bedroom. And I don't even know why, but my heart just dropped. When I opened the door and saw them together, my sister and my fiancé, I didn't scream or cry. I just felt numb, like my body shut down to protect me. And I walked out without saying a word, because there was nothing to say. Next few days were a blur. They both tried reaching out, calling and texting, but I ignored them until they showed up together, which somehow hurt even more. Like they had already moved on, and I was just catching up. That's when my sister said something that changed everything. She told me our mom already knew, and I remember just staring at her, thinking I misheard, asking what she meant, and then Ian said it clearly. They've known for a while. In that moment, everything started making sense. The distance, the visits, the tension, and I realized I wasn't just betrayed. I was the last one to know. By the time Christmas came around, I already had a bad feeling, but I still went because some part of me hoped my family would choose me. But when I walked in and saw them sitting there together, comfortable, like nothing had happened, and no one seemed surprised, I understood this wasn't new to them. My mom asked me to sit down and said what they did was wrong, that she didn't want to break the family. And then she said maybe they were just better suited, like I was the problem, like I was the one standing in the way. And I actually laughed because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I looked at my sister and asked if she ever felt guilty, and she couldn't even answer. And my dad just told me I needed to move on. And in that moment, something inside me switched off. Not anger, not sadness, just clarity. I realized I wasn't their daughter in that moment. I was an inconvenience. So I stood up and walked out without making a scene. And within weeks, I cut everyone off, changed my number, moved, and disappeared from their lives completely. A few weeks later, I got a message from Ian saying things with my sister didn't feel the same, and that he missed me. And for a second, I thought about replying. But then I realized I was never his first choice. just the safe option. And I refused to be someone's second option. So I blocked him and never looked back. They still try to reach out, sometimes through relatives or fake accounts. But I don't respond. Because the truth is, the betrayal wasn't just what they did. It was what everyone else allowed. And once you see that clearly, there's no going back.